Hello Scorpio, let's do your weekly reading for the 6th to the 13th of April. As always, please don't force any of the messages to fit, okay? You're going to know in your own intuition as to whether or not these messages are meant for you. Don't go looking for problems where there aren't any, okay? Right, so your spirit animal message for this week is the fox and opportunities. Now, this one came out a little bit odd, okay? So potentially you might miss an opportunity, or you might think that a certain opportunity is not for you when it actually is, okay? So grab the opportunities that meet you this month with both hands, okay? It says you must be quick to move out of your comfort zone. Yeah. So with it landing in that sort of position, you might not feel confident to grab whatever this opportunity is this week. There could be a bit of, what is it they call it, imposter syndrome, yeah? Anything like that. Just make sure that you get back on top of it again really, really quickly, so that it doesn't take control over your life, and so that you're not missing out on these particular opportunities, okay? Now, obviously, I don't know the specifics of this one. I'm not a psychic, I'm an intuitive. It's going to be different for all of you guys. This is saying, look, that there's an opportunity here, okay? You have to grab it. Don't let it slip through your fingers. When the situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility, so you're going to have to be prepared to move quickly, to move quick, thinking quick on your feet, okay? Open your mind to new ways of doing things, and once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way, okay? So this is all about keeping that open mind, keeping a clear view, and making those on-the-spot decisions, like, yeah, I'm going to go for this. And it could be something really bizarre, like spotting an advert in a window someplace, okay, and then you're like, yeah, I'm going to go for that. That looks amazing. It's basically the type of opportunities or the type of possibilities this week that you hadn't planned for. Okay, that's why they use the fox for the symbol of this one, because it's that opportunistic vibe. Okay, rather than something that you plan for, because foxes, they don't tend to plan shit out. Okay, they just are. They just go for it whenever they see that particular opportunity, but it might not have been what they planned for that day. Okay, that's why it's the fox. Unplanned for. Really bizarre set of circumstances here that's playing out this week, that actually works to your favor. Okay, so definitely do keep an open mind, and once you stop getting in your own way, basically you're going to have an abundance of good luck, and even more opportunities are going to find you as well, as soon as you open that mind of yours a bit. Okay, right, so with that being said, let's take a look at your rune message. Then we're going to do your healing crystal, followed by tea leaf, tarot, and clarification. And as always, I never leave the readings without any sort of guidance as well. Okay, right, so what is Scorpio's? Thank you. Nice. Ooh, nice. Both of these cards are fantastic, by the way. Fihu. Yep. For anyone who's been struggling, you're going to like this one, because it's all about abundance. It says wealth, value, luxury, and extravagance. Now, not just restricted, of course, to material wealth and possessions and extravagance and all that good stuff. It could be an abundance of spiritual gifts, okay? Take your pick. Whatever is of value specifically to you. And again, remembering that everybody's version of luxury and extravagance, everyone's version of value is very, very different. Like, you get the obvious ones where they assume that that sort of good life is about the fancy yachts, and the beautiful women and the champagne and the fancy cars and the massive houses. You know the type, right? If that works for them, crack on. It works for them. For other people, that sort of luxury lifestyle or that good lifestyle could be something entirely different. It could be a nice wee cottage on a hill somewhere, away from everybody else, away from all the traffic, with, you know, like a nice big garden or a little bit of land so that they can grow their own food, right? Both of these things work for two entirely different types of people, okay? So always be cautious with those words, luxury, extravagance, good lifestyle, okay? Because straight away, it depends entirely on who you are and, you know, what your own lived experience is. Which of these is more clicking for you, okay? Everyone's got a difference of opinion, right? Basically, with Fihu, it tells you that the energy that you're working with this week is incredibly fertile, it's incredibly abundant, and it could be an abundance of opportunities that takes you down this path of whatever success is for you, okay? The lifestyle that you've always wanted to live, basically. That's this energy with the Fox and Fihu. You're on the right path. You're making tracks towards that desired lifestyle for yourself, for your family. Take your pick, okay? This obviously, it is about money as well. It could indicate that you've got some additional finances coming in, or there's an opportunity for you to bring in those extra finances. Either way, it takes you towards that desired outcome for your own life, okay? Because it is money, wealth, luck, and abundance. I want to say that there's an accumulation of energy. Now, I'm not entirely certain exactly what Spirit means by that. There's an accumulation of energy. Something's growing. Something's growing. We'll find out more as we pull more cards. And then you've got Vanaheim or Vanaheimir, depending on how you want to pronounce it, both are correct. Gifts from fertile lands and blessings. So you see how all of the pieces are coming together now, how it's all clicking in. Yeah. You got the Fihu, which is already about wealth, value, luxury, extravagance, fertile, abundant energies. And then it's being reinforced with this Vanaheim, blessings. And I feel, Scorpio, that this is blessings that that you've been working extremely hard to achieve. You've definitely been working extremely hard to achieve something, and this week there's going to be a profound decision that you're making that really does, I want to say, solidify your future here. Okay? An abundance of blessings. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't think you could have asked for better than that. Shall I just stop pulling cards here? Shall I just close out the read here? Because, I mean, it's already plenty good enough, right? Okay, let's take a look at your healing crystal. Also as well, I do apologise if my voice is still a little bit off. Whatever germ this is, it's clinging on. It is what it is. It'll sod off eventually, but it hasn't done right now. Right, can we have a healing crystal for our Scorpio collective, please? For the 6th of April to the 13th of April. Oh, nice. Oh, before I look at what that is, I think it's rhodolite. It kind of looks like rhodolite to me. Oh, rhodonite. I said it wrong. I mispronounced it. But I was right. Nice. Okay. Rhodonite. I think I've got a piece of it in here, actually. I've got loads of crystals in here. But I'll show you, because that demonstrates the rough cut rhodonite, and it's not very clear there. It's basically, it's pink and black. Oh, I don't have it. One of the kittens must have ran off with it. Okay. Oh, that's not good. The little terrors for that. I suppose it's my own fault for having this tempting dish of shiny, shiny stones. Yeah, definitely. One of the kittens has made off with it. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, I'll have to find that later. But it's basically a gorgeous hue of pink. It's like dark pink. And it's got these black non-uniform spots or splotches running through it. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it says, what is it? With a palette of deep pink and black, rhodonite gets its name from the Greek word for rosy. Who needs it? Potential wasters or those deeply sighing, I hate my job, or Sagittarians. Where to put it? Against your open heart, begging the universe to tell you what the fuck you should be doing with your life. When to use it? When that cubicle life has got you down. When it's time to drop the people-pleasing facade and to start doing something that really lights you up. When you're ready to use your real, unique powers to actually make this rapidly spinning planet a more beautiful place. And then your affirmation is to go with your heart, okay? So this is for anyone who is feeling those frustrations with the 9 to 5, or well, more realistically these days, it's frustrations not with the 9 to 5, but with the, I would say, 8 till 8. Because let's be honest, that's the normal shift now for people, isn't it? It's no longer 9 to 5. We're working longer and longer, aren't we? But yeah, anyone who's just sick and tired of that constant grind, being on the grind, you know, anyone who's feeling like, yeah, there's got to be more to life than just this. So yeah, if you're needing help with redirecting your career, and certainly if you're needing more help to bring out your natural gifts that you have, everybody's got a natural gift of some type that we all have to suppress because our usual job does not allow for us to utilize our natural gifts, skills and abilities. Again, you know how it is. And that causes a lot of darkness within someone. It causes a lot of depression when you can't just sort of be yourself and just sit and do something creative for an hour, right? It can lead a person to feel incredibly depressed and directionless. So if you're struggling with anything like how I've just described, then definitely consider utilizing a piece of rhodonite in your life, and that's going to help you to feel out your situation a lot easier and to get clearer on what it is that you would genuinely really love to do with your life and to start taking action towards that. Okay, right, so let's take a look at your tea leaf message and we will see what is coming in towards you guys, and then we're going to clarify everything with the tarot. So what's coming in for Scorpio, please? That was a nice big jump. Happiness with the flowers. Beautiful. Flowers and the happiness. So I do feel, Scorpio, that this week is going to be one of the more pleasurable ones for you. The dagger, off-center, fears, worries and tense situations. It's off-center. Now, there's a couple of things with this one, because it's squiffy. Number one, if anybody is going up against you at this time, which is very possible, because, you know, you are a Scorpio, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, I don't know why, but it has certainly been my lived experience as well, being a triple Scorpio. You just find that you get a lot of hateful people that gravitate towards you, that you tend to attract a lot of jealousy, spite, envy, maliciousness, violence, backstabbers, right? I don't know why, but it's definitely been my lived experience as well. It's weird. It's one of those really unexplainably weird things that just seems to be a fact, right? So the main thing with this one, Scorpio, is those who are currently right now dealing with any of that sort of bullshit, any attacks that come your way, it's not going to land. It's just not going to land. It's going to miss you entirely, okay? So yay for that. The other message with this one is it's saying for you to be cautious of potentially blowing things out of proportion this week, okay? Be cautious of causing more problems for yourself through any fears and worries that you might have, especially over situations that haven't happened yet, okay? It's kind of like saying, beware the self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because remember, where your focus goes, energy grows, yeah? So if you're focused on your fears and your worries, you might accidentally highlight that a little bit too much and make it real, okay? We're glad that that one came out squiffy. You've also got the bag. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. Nice. The bag. We are taking this in the upright because it's 99% in the upright position, okay? I only get really specific with these cards if they're proper squiffy or proper reversed, okay? I'm not going to be finicky over like a 99% orientation, okay? Something important as a new job or a raise. So again, this week is absolutely going to be pivotal to how the rest of your career plays out. Now, if you're someone who is fortunate enough to already be retired, then you can safely disregard that message. And if you're already retired, then it means that you've got money coming in from something that you did before you retired, okay? You probably had some sort of plan set up, because I'm getting the image of like a fully grown bush, okay? Now, that would have taken years and years and years to grow to its fullest maturity. And then it would have taken years and years and years to grow for that fruit to be ready. Okay, so with them showing me in my mind's eye this fruit bush that's full maturity and it's heavy laden with fruits, that tells me something that you retired individuals did many, many years ago is now ready for you to harvest. Okay, and it is something to do with money. It is, because that's specific. Right, let's take one more card. What else for Scorpio, please? For the week of the 6th to the 13th of April. Thank you. It was a nice big jump. And we've taken that one off center. The goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. So with that coming out squiffy, and this is quite a rare card to come out as well. The vast majority of you don't care too much about financial, like material wealth, material possessions. The vast majority of you are more, you're focused on wanting enough, getting enough, so that you don't have to worry. Okay, so that you don't have to worry about money anymore, because fuck me, what a waste of a life that is. Again, perfectly understandable. You're more focused on, gaining spiritual growth. Okay, so yeah, again, we're going to clarify with the tarot. We just have to pull the strongest energies out first to see what it is that we're dealing with. Right, so let's see if we can get deeper into this energy then. Right, so happiness, your fears and worries are being put to rest. You've got something really beautiful and very profound happening to do with your job or your finances. And there's certainly an increase here of material wealth. But I don't feel that that's what you're focused on. You're not focused on that material wealth. That's like the cherry on top of the cake type thing for you. Right, can you tell us more? The King of Swords, interesting. King of Swords, air energy. Very direct. See with that hawk. That hawk is on a mission. In fact, that individual is on a mission because they've got two swords. Two swords ready to go whenever they need. But they're also on what looks like a very comfortable chair, so they're not stressed. They're not fretting. I don't feel that you're stressed or fretting, Scorpio. This is definitely the energy of acceptance. This is the energy of, you know what? I'm prepared for whatever comes my way. There's another message with that hawk, though. Because that hawk is mid-flight. It's got its target set on something. And hawks very rarely miss. What's this message with that hawk? About being on a mission. There's that one there. The Hanged Man. Interesting. Change of perspective. What's he holding? Oh, interesting. He's got like a little bat. He's hugging into a bat. Okay. If someone's hugging a bat, that would imply that you've made peace with something here, Scorpio. Or you will be making peace with something this week. There's opening up this path of happiness for you. And I say you're making peace with something this week because bats can be symbols of transformation. But more often than not, they're symbols of people who are afraid of something. It could be symbols for your own inner troubles, your own inner fears, your own inner demons. Okay, shadow work, definitely symbolic for shadow work that opens up the path for that transformation. Bats, it's kind of like that terrifying transformation, like someone's deepest, darkest fears, right? You've made peace with something to do with that. Or you will be making peace with something to do with your inner darkness or your inner demons this week. And before anyone jumps up my ass, everyone's got inner darkness. Everyone. I don't care how much of a nice person you are in real life, everyone's got some kind of inner darkness. It's just a fact of human nature, right? It's those who ignore their own inner darkness that are actually the most dangerous people on the entire planet. Think about it, right? Those who pretend that they're all sweetness and light, all love and peace, they end up justifying to themselves the most horrific things that they do to people because they've got it in their heads that they're doing it for all of the right reasons. So that's why I said that, okay? Everyone's got inner darkness. It's just not everyone's willing to sit there and acknowledge it and make peace with it. But that has contributed to some sort of shift in your perspective this week, Scorpio, that has genuinely opened up your path towards genuine happiness, towards genuine peace. And again, that message there with the whole acceptance thing, it all ties in. It all ties in. Okay. What's this dagger? This is dagger off center, Scorpio, please. You're definitely being more direct this week, I feel, Scorpio. Which is going to really help you to get your point across to other people. Where's this dagger for Scorpio? Dodge intense situations because you're looking at things differently. The World and another Swords card. The Knight of Swords this time. Okay. Closing out some sort of cycle here. Closing out this. Right. Okay. There's definitely a lot of growth here. A lot of growth. Closing out this cycle of being worried, of getting yourself so wound up, of making yourself literally worried sick about certain things that haven't yet happened. You're closing all of that out. It's like you're no longer contributing to that sort of mindset, certainly mindset, because you've got so many Swords cards out already. You've understood, or will be understanding, the true power that your own mind, that your own thoughts genuinely have. See, because this energy, it's far more laid back and relaxed than what you might have expected. Okay, and this world is literally an entire world inside of an egg. And you've got the moth there as well, which is another symbol of transformation. The things that you used to get attracted to, or the types of people that you used to be attracted to, that you knew were just bad for you, you're no longer attracted to those things, or you're no longer attracted to that type of people. Like, this is a total turnaround in your energies because you've changed up your mindset here. And with him being in that sort of position, it's a symbol for flexibility. And again, another hawk. Hawks are spiritual growth, spiritual advancement, spirit guides. They're very, very important spiritually, hawks. Very important. They're also a reminder about your own inner power and your own inner strength. So if you see one in real life, if you're lucky enough to see one in real life, again, that's going to be like your guides coming through. Okay. To remind you of your own inner strength, especially for those Scorpios who have been going through a bit of a rough time. Whether it's to do with other people and the problems that other people are bringing to your door, or just anything else. You're definitely being reminded here of your own inner strength, your own inner power. What's this bag for Scorpio, please? Thank you. Nice. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. So in this context, the Eight of Cups is actually incredibly positive. Because remember, context is everything. You're moving away. What is it you're moving away from? Well, what cards came prior? The main card that came prior to that was that dagger. You're moving away from tense situations. Moving away from taking on other people's problems. You're moving away from certain fears. Or like I said, certain inner darkness that might have been holding you back up until now. You're moving away from all that. You're crossing that bridge. You're crossing that bridge from struggle, and moving towards success. What else can you tell us for Scorpio here, please? For this bag and the Eight of Cups, for Scorpio. I just had to wait for a message there. I was told not to take that one. Okay. The Seven of Wands. That's really interesting. Because the Seven of Wands in traditional tarot is feeling like you have to put up a fight. Or feeling like you're constantly under some kind of attack. Feeling like you have to constantly stand up for yourself. Constantly defending yourself. It can be a very draining energy. You're moving away from this lifestyle, Scorpio, where you feel like you constantly have to fight. Which I think is absolutely fantastic. Because nobody wants to spend their entire life fighting and struggling for scraps. No one wants to live that sort of lifestyle. It seems to me, Scorpio, that you have, or you will be, finding your way out of that kind of lifestyle where you feel like you constantly have to fight for very, very little. Because that combination is Spirit's way of saying, Scorpio, you don't have to fight anymore. You're there. You've done it. You're doing it. You don't have to fight anymore. What's this? Thank you. I was going to ask, what's this goldfish? Didn't quite get the question out. The King of Wands off center. It's a message about your confidence levels. And how you're... There's still a bit of work that's yet to be done when it pertains to your own confidence. Like the belief that you have within yourself. That's why that's come out off center. And again, we have to read within context. In a different type of context, this would mean something else entirely. The other interesting thing about this card, Scorpio, it's another fox. So the main animal symbology that's going to be important for you guys this week is the hawk, which we've been seeing that quite a lot in your energy. We have been seeing hawks. So it's hawks and foxes. Now, both of these animals are hunters. Both of these animals are incredibly proficient hunters. Very proficient hunters. So again, that's a message about opportunities. With it coming out squiffy, any self-doubt that you have about yourself, towards yourself. That's literally the only thing that's going to stop you guys this week, is any self-doubt. This is coming out in this orientation to remind you guys that you have to get out of your own way. All of that shadow work that you've been doing on yourself, that inner work that you've been doing this week, there's an opportunity for you to put all of that work into literal practice. Okay? This combination is indicating that you might fear that you've bitten off more than what you can chew. And Spirit's coming through and reminding you guys, actually, Scorpio, you've got this. You can handle this. You've got this. You've not bitten off more than what you can chew at all. Remember, that's what your head is telling you. But that's not a fact. The facts are you should be a lot more confident in your own abilities than what you actually are. Right? Because some of you are not confident in yourselves at all. And you should be far more confident. Far more confident. And remember, confidence is not arrogance, which somebody is worried that they would be perceived as being arrogant. There's a huge difference. Oh, that one definitely wants to come out. The Three of Pentacles. Co-creation. And this one is literally an oak that's popping out of its seed. From a tiny seed, the mighty oak shall grow. Yeah. Oaks are symbols for standing in your sovereignty. There's another message here I feel that needs to come through, so I'm just going to get another card for this. Can we have another card for the Three of Pentacles specifically? Thank you. The Six of Wands, I told you. Co-create with the universe, Scorpio. Stand in your sovereignty. Be more confident in yourself than what you are right now. And you've got success here. Six of Wands. Is literally the Lord of Victory, the Six of Wands. Joy, success, celebration, getting that promotion, getting the pay rise, getting the accolades, getting the rewards. You're definitely being rewarded for something here. I feel super strongly that Spirit is coming through for you guys and is rewarding you for all of the hard work that you've been putting in, that you have been waiting to see some kind of feedback from. You're definitely receiving that feedback, that confirmation this week. And I feel for the vast majority of you, it's coming through your finances or through your career. I know that these things are connected, but bear in mind, we do have a group of Scorpios on this channel that are that no longer have a career because they're retired, or they no longer have a career because they've been let go. Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This one tells me, Scorpio, that developments, which is a really specific word that they've used, the developments are going to move quickly. It's not things are going to develop quickly. No. It was really specific. Developments are going to move quickly. Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands under there. There is a warning about making sure that you don't exhaust yourself, Scorpio. Okay? There is an element of freedom that's coming through with that Six of Swords as well, by the way. Traditionally, it means moving on from something. It means processing emotional baggage. In this context, it feels like you're getting some kind of green light, because I was looking at that word and I heard you're free. You're free. You can do what you want now, you're free. But be cautious of exhausting yourself. And again, it's another fox. You don't want to tire yourself out too soon, basically. Let's get you a healing message. Give some healing and guidance for our Scorpio collective, please. If there's a situation, again, really specific message, not going to resonate for everyone. If you do work for another company, and if there's a situation that's going on within your workplace right now that you're really genuinely not fucking happy with at all, it's showing me if you speak to someone this week about your grievances or your unhappiness with what's going on at your workplace, that it will be resolved for you in your favor, and it will be resolved super, super quickly. Okay? There's definitely a lot of messages here, Scorpio, about you getting exactly what you want this week. Okay? You get exactly what you want. I think that's going to have to be the title for this reading. Okay, so your healing message is a Pisces card, and it says sensitize. It's number 12, sensitize. You might have Pisces placements in your own chart. Again, just keep an open mind. Or that could just be the dream-like quality of the energies that you're working with this week. Okay, sensitize. Let's just go straight to the action, shall we? I do love these decks, but sometimes they get into too much information that isn't really relevant or appropriate. I don't feel it is anyway, so let's just get straight to the point. The action. So this energy asks us to swim in the ambient pool of emotion and be moved to compassionate action. Okay? With Pisces, think of a vast watery landscape with streams meandering over fields, through ponds and swamps, where the different elements and the diverse species flow together in one subtle, boundaryless and fertile landscape. Appreciate all of the diverse voices in this situation and take them as tributaries to your river. It's basically saying, Scorpio, that everybody can learn from each other. Okay? Now, if anyone here has got kids, like, you'll know this, when your kids will come out with stuff that even you didn't know. And you're not going to disregard the new knowledge, the new information that they've passed on to you just because there's this age difference, right? You're going to sit there and you take that on board and you'll be like, holy shit, thank you for telling me that. I had no idea that that was a thing. I had no idea that that existed, right? Everybody can teach everyone new things, and everyone can learn new things from everyone too. So appreciate all of the diverse voices in the situation, right? So different opinions, different knowledge, different information. This complex ecology has so much more to say and is so much more robust than any simple monoculture. The situation that you're facing is also subtle and complex, but that is its strength. This moment calls for finer perceptions, a more sensitive microphone. So it's choose your words wisely and carefully. Be as aware of other people's feelings as you are your own. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Interesting. So, for example, Scorpio, say somebody has pissed you off over the past few months. Say if they've really, really angered you, right? But they don't realize that they've pissed you off. And they're coming up to you this week and they're trying to have a conversation with you. How are you going to respond to that? Because Spirit's already said there. This moment calls for finer perceptions, a more sensitive microphone, which is basically saying, be careful with your words, right? Okay. So be as aware of other people's feelings as you are of your own, but know that those feelings, know whose feelings are whose. Okay. Track carefully what you soak up from others and what is true to your own wellspring. Yeah. That's a problem that a lot of truly empathic people go through, is they're not able to discern what are their feelings and emotions and what is it that they're picking up from other people. Okay, so you could well be one of those individuals, Scorpio, where you sponge everything off everyone. Not in a using kind of way. I mean, like, energetically. You're an energetic sponge and you might not realize which feelings and emotions are yours, or what it is that you're picking up from the environment around you, right? Learn to honor a twin perception that we're both individual cells with our own work to do, and that our cells are embedded in the body of creation. Healthy boundaries help us do our individual work. Spiritual practice can help us to shift our perception from the cell mind to our role in the body of the one. The challenge, Pisces permeability, can leave you lost in a swamp, wondering whether your sadness is your own or if it has been sponged up from your surroundings. Empathize with others, but don't try to carry everyone else's pain for them and double the burden. The gift with this energy, tune in to a healthy ecosystem with the Pisces sensitive perception. We're all cells in the body of the one. Okay, so I think I know what it is that they're saying there. So, you know how your body's made up of cells? And then all of those cells create you. Well, now imagine you as being one of these cells within the body of the one, which would be the universe, right? Healthy individuals contribute to the health of the whole. Yeah. And we all know what happens with cells of our own body when they start going crazy and selfish and haywire. It causes cancer. Right? So that's what they're saying there. So if we are all a cell within the body of the universe, if you were to imagine it that way, then healthy individuals would contribute to the health of the universe itself. That was quite a deep message. Yeah, let's get you a Musashi card. What else for Scorpio, please? Oh, don't rush to judgment. Interesting. Musashi said, develop intuitive judgment and understanding for everything. Meaning, don't rush to judgment. Intuitive judgments are those arrived at naturally without apparent thought, but intuition itself is not enough for judgment. When we judge, we think we have found the truth, and so we stop looking. To turn intuition into sound judgment, we need understanding. Understanding comes through experience, which allows us to judge the pros and cons effectively. So something this week requires you not to rush to judgment. The plot thickens. We shall just have to wait and see how that manifests in your own lived experience this week. Right, so let's pull a card from the shitty deck and we'll see if we can have a bit of a laugh at the end of your read. I do love this deck. I always find that I bounce back to this deck because it's just so on point. It's scary. Okay, hold on to the people that tell you shit to your face and who keep it real. Those people will be your ride or die when shit starts to go down, but will always knock some sense into you when you start acting shitty. Yeah. And remember, it takes courage, pain and time to unlearn all of the shit that you've been taught. And stop doing shit that you hate. Whether it's to impress someone or to do something that is expected of you, that shit will just eat you up inside. Do what you love and be proud of that shit. Okay? Yeah. But that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. As always, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you did like it and you want to see more. My website for personal readings, if you feel that you're needing one, is phoenixkeiatarot.com. Don't forget to visit our Patreon page as well for even more free content. There are no membership fees, no subscription fees, nothing like that. All of my public content is 100% free to view for everybody. Any sort of subscriptions, they're purely voluntary. Okay, like paid subscriptions, they're purely voluntary. My Patreon's free. And there's options there for individuals to donate, basically. But it's not mandatory. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed, commented, supported my channel in any other which way. I genuinely do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. It definitely does help me to keep doing what I'm doing. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.